Deep in the heart of the Whispering Woods lived a little bunny named Bruno. Bruno had the softest gray fur and eyes that sparkled like morning dew. But even though the forest was full of laughter and life, Bruno often felt alone. You see, Bruno was a little shy. He loved watching the other animals from afar. The squirrels who raced up trees, the birds who sang duets at sunrise, and the hedgehogs who rolled down grassy hills. He wanted to join them, but he was afraid they wouldn't like him. One bright morning, while Bruno was hopping along the mossy trail, he found a beautiful blue feather caught in a patch of clover. "Wow," he whispered, lifting it carefully. "It must belong to someone special." Soft flute plays as he looks around. Just then, a small cry echoed through the trees. "Oh no, my feather, my favorite feather!" squeaked a tiny bird named Pip. Bruno hesitated, his ears twitching nervously. Then he took a deep breath and called out, Pip, I think this is yours." The little bird fluttered down, eyes wide. "Oh, thank you. I thought I'd never find it." Bruno smiled shyly. "It's really pretty." Pip grinned. "And you're really kind. Want to play tag with me?" Bruno blinked in surprise. "Me? Of course. Friends play together, don't they?" For the first time in a long while, Bruno felt something warm bloom in his chest. Friendship? Later that afternoon, Bruno and Pip hopped and flew toward the sparkling stream. But when they arrived, they found a young hedgehog named Hazel stuck between two rocks, her tiny paws splashing helplessly. "Oh no!" cried Bruno. "We have to help her." Pip nodded and chirped, "I'll get the vines." "Bruno, you pull!" Bruno tugged and tugged, his fur soaked by the stream's mist. Finally, with one last heave, Hazel popped free, rolling into the grass. She blinked, dazed, then smiled gratefully. "You saved me!" Bruno laughed. "It was nothing." Hazel shook her head. "It was everything." "You're a true friend." That evening, dark clouds rolled over the forest. Rain poured and thunder growled across the sky. Bruno ran to his burrow, but when he looked back, he saw Pip struggling to fly through the wind. "Pip, this way!" he shouted. Without thinking, Bruno darted back out, leaping over puddles. He guided Pip and Hazel into his burrow, where it was dry and safe. They huddled together, listening to the rain drum above. Hazel whispered, "Bruno, thank you for saving us." Bruno smiled softly. Friends look out for each other. Pip chirped, "I used to think my feather was my most special thing, but now I think it's you two." When morning came, the forest sparkled again, raindrops like diamonds on every leaf. Bruno peeked out of his burrow and saw a rainbow stretching across the sky. Pip fluttered up beside him. "Bruno, do you know what that rainbow means?" Bruno tilted his head. "What?" "It means good things come after storms," said Pip. Hazel added with a grin, "And friendship makes every storm easier to face." Kevin the Fox's voice returns, calm and warm. And from that day on, Bruno was never alone again. He learned that friendship isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, caring, and sharing your heart, even when you're scared. So, little dreamers, remember this before you drift to sleep. True friendship begins with a kind heart and a brave step, just like Bruno's.